When the Dream Team met Canada in real life, it put on a clinic. This was a physical game, no doubt about it. In fact, this was probably the ugliest game of the entire Dream Team run. But Canada seriously couldn't compete with the NBA legends. Despite an injury to John Stockton, the Dream Team dominated Canada, winning 105-61. And that victory got all of the critics to come out. Well, I'll tell you guys what, I wasn't expecting this series to be quite as popular as it's become for whatever reason, so we'll see if we can keep the old Nightmare Team season going. So back we go to a little bit of this older EA Sports action. Somebody was complaining to me about the makeup of this team. I'm not sure what to tell you. The players do have sort of their correct positions and everything sort of written out here, so this is kind of the way that it is. Here's our password. And now we get to play Canada. So we'll take a look here and see, first of all, what it is that Canada has to offer us. We're both 1-1, of course, because I totally blew it in the first game of this series. We beat Angola, and we're hoping to repeat the feat. Now, if you watch some of those clips that I showed right before this about the U.S. playing against Canada, you notice the United States was very, very fast, which is going to be a major problem for us when it comes to this game. Land with the free, the British yoke, aerospace technology, broadcast equipment. All of this stuff that we all know about the United States. Baseball and American-style football were invented in America, but we don't want to mention that American-style football was also quite popular in Canada. And even basketball has a good Canadian connection, but they don't talk so much about that. Canada, the largest country in the world, 90% of which is virtually unsettled, so we better go up north and try to settle it. World leader in mineral exports. And of course, lumber, pulp, paper, and wood products. They don't talk though about Canada importing cheese from Detroit against the customs rulings. Wasn't it Pizza that did that back in those days anyway? So there's massive history. Canada's total independence from Great Britain came in 1931. And skiing, baseball, American-style football, although it's Canadian-style football, thank you very much, and soccer are popular, but there's also basketball. Ice hockey is the most appreciated sport in the country. But I'm sure that we're going to do fairly well in this game. I'm certain of that. So we'll keep Ewing on for a little while. I don't know, do we really want Malone on there? Do we want to put like Bird on there? We haven't even played Leitner yet. Let's put Leitner on. All right, last time I played Leitner was on NBA Jam, and I was playing against him. Just trying to exercise my jump, and there it goes. All right, so there we go. We have, this is Leitner here. He didn't do very much for us there. I need to figure out which button is, how do you punch the opponent or whatever it is he's doing. Alright, I thought that was the special place, but maybe not. But there's Leitner with the dunk, so it's a good thing that we put him in there. That gives me the push opponent button. See, one of the problems with this game, you see this with the Tecmo games as well, is that the basketball is basically the same color as a lot of the ground underneath, a lot of the floorboards and stuff like that. So it can be really, really easy to sort of lose track of where the basketball is when you're on defense. Not that it really matters one way or another, though, because there's not really any way of playing defense that I know of. I don't know, maybe there is something that I'm just not aware of that's in some strategy guide somewhere or something like that, but I don't know. I'm just not seeing it. And see, when you got Jordan with the ball, he just sort of glides up the court. Oh, come on. And somebody was telling me, oh no, that's got to be the ref with his whistle. If you're looking at that and you see the ref with his whistle, man, I mean, I don't know, you're pretty creative. You should go into story writing, because I don't see that there. What I see is I see some guy crying. All right, what I keep thinking of there is this is the guy who was just fouled. Oh, she don't even let us take the shot? Come on. Come on, man. And see, with Jordan, I can't put on a Jordan move because you have to be on the other side of the key to do it because of the way that this game's logic works. Oh, come on, Magic. Anyway, I don't know. I mean, my personal opinion here is that I don't think that there's a worse sort of like, you know, whatever JPEG image they could have come up with to represent foul than that one. I mean, it doesn't look like anything. And Ewing throws up a brick and then commits a foul. Okay, that's enough for Patrick Ewing, I think. All right, we'll go put the Admiral in. Well, it's kind of hard to play defense when you're standing way back there, but I guess I should probably take the blame. What? Why? Oh no, I don't want a substitution. Believe it or not, I think that if you're playing with somebody else, fouling like that is actually a good strategy because it's hard to work the ball back up to the top of the key where you can do all your special moves if you have it coming in from the bottom. Here we go, though. This ought to be something. There we go. Once you learn, it's like right around this position up here. Once you learn that, then it becomes a little bit easier to play offense. We didn't even jump for that, man. I'll be honest with you, I was actually tempted before this game to go switch on over to Tecmo Basketball on the Genesis, but I think we'll probably do that after this series is done because this series has proven to be really, really popular. It's funny, when I was watching that USA-Canada game, I don't remember any times that Jordan was rejected on one of those outside jump shots. But then again, when he was playing that game, he didn't have to, like, you know, stop his body completely and then, like, you know, slowly move his arms up before taking the jump shot. Run, run, Leitner, run! Oh, I love that. Have you ever seen that before, where two guys sort of like run forward to block the opponent out? Magic with another. Was that Magic or was that Michael? I'm sorry, that wasn't Magic. It was Michael Jordan with the foul. I don't know. Maybe it was a good foul. All right, yeah, we're not doing so well here again this time, guys. So we got the Admiral taking it down the court. There's that little Kareem hook shot, and it doesn't go. Yeah, let me know, those of you who are experts at this game, let me know what to do on defense to stop that. Foul. All right, we are going to take Leitner out. So this is an ugly game. Like I said, it was an ugly game in real life, but this is particularly ugly. So we'll put Karl Malone back in. Speaking of ugliness. Yeah, it would be nice if for just one of these games, if the computer, you know, controlled player could actually play defense. I mean, as much as I like seeing guys, you know, do these kick passes and stuff like that, it would be really, really nice if, like, they would play defense for a while so I don't have to be, like, the only one who's doing anything on defense, right? I'm just saying. That looked a little bit more like the Dream Team. The other thing I want to say is that these kick passes I keep seeing from our team look a lot like... Oh, come on. These kick passes remind me a lot of Harlem Globetrotters on the NES. That's a game we should play after this one. That's a real fun game, let me tell you. Oh, man. Harlem Globetrotters, you can do all sorts of crazy stuff in that game. See if we can get the foul. Nope. And you can't even see, so this guy, I don't even know who it was who had the ball. Was that Malone? Maybe? I don't know. You couldn't even see him. I'm not sure if that was Malone or maybe that was Magic. Oh, come on. Come on. So the one issue with this game, and I think I mentioned before that I read, there was a review on a blog that somebody had about this game talking about their problem with it. The one major problem is that Team USA in this game has like no ability to make any shots, and I'm serious about that, right? Like for some reason the team is like, oh shoot. I was trying to block the shot, and instead he blocked it for me and then ended up taking a shot from half court. Would have been nice if that would have gone in. But, you know, the problem with this game is that Team USA is totally nerfed to the point where, like, the other teams are making three-point shots like crazy, and, I mean, we can't hit anything. I don't think I've hit a single three-point shot this whole time. I did hit it in another one of the games, in one of the earlier versions of this game. I think it was Lakers versus Celtics when we had Michael Jordan. He had a half-court three that I shot accidentally, not realizing what I was doing. It was another one of those situations where I was trying to block a shot by the other team. All right, yeah, now let's give the ball to the point guard. So I think the real problem with this game is that EA was trying to like get too much going. You're trying to focus so much on making the players look like what they're supposed to look like, all of which is fine, but like you shouldn't have, you know... Oh, another foul on Magic, huh? You shouldn't have, you know, like the big guy taking it down the court. I mean, it's just wrong. This is totally wrong. Maybe you could do that these days, right? But for, you know, the early 90s, you just didn't do that back then. Anyway, but yeah, part of the problem with this game is that the game is trying really to do too much at once. And is really trying to be a more... I don't know, graphically intensive game that it possibly could be on a 16-bit system. Dude, I thought for sure we were going to get the rebound there, and David Robinson completely gave up on the play. There's a couple other problems with this game, too. Why is Karl Malone so short? I mean, he looks like nothing. Shouldn't he be like 6'10 or 6'11 or something like that? He looks like he's about 6'2. There we go. 31 to 16. Boy, we're doing really well. Wow. That's the only thing Barkley's done today. All he has is that one foul. I don't think he's done anything else. And why is Barkley so small? I mean, I know that he's a bit shorter, but he's not that short. He looks like a little kid. And why does he have hair? What's up with that? Alright, he's going to tell me to shoot the ball here in a second. There we go. So we did hit a three-pointer. We've made it clear that we actually are capable of doing that. That was a real exciting first half of basketball, let me tell you. Robinson with 6 points, Malone with 5, Johnson with 4, Malone with 2 rebounds. And it was Karl Malone taking the three-pointer. I can remember, since I grew up in Utah, I can remember Malone hitting maybe 1 or 2 three-pointers in his career, and that was it. Look at this. They are shooting 73%. All right, I mean, this is ridiculous. How are we supposed to stop that? So, anyway, I don't know. Maybe we'll put Larry Bird in. We'll put Bird in for Malone. Let's put Scottie Pippen in for Barkley. We'll put John Stockton in. All right, let's see what we can do here, huh? Maybe we had too many tall guys that time. And I hate to say it, but that jump ball is just totally pathetic. I mean, the animation on that is just awful. Anyway. I love reading the comments from everybody and everybody talking about, you know, I rented this game when I was a kid and thought it was okay and thought about buying it. Now I'm happy I didn't. And yeah, I'd recommend being happy about that. My biggest fear has come true, that I've made a small series out of this game and people actually want to watch it. That was Stockton with that kick pass. I don't remember ever seeing John Stockton do a kick pass. Pretty impressive. There's a little MJ, but where's the foul? That's what I'm looking for. I want to get that foul. I don't know, maybe they figured that Canada was just too good. And I still don't know how in the world I'm supposed to be able to stop that, right? As soon as they get to the magic squares, they can do whatever they want. Foul. And see, I hate this foul call because now we got to take the ball up there, you know, from the bottom. So now we got to bring ourselves back here. And then, you know, the way that it works is so like something like that. You just have to be standing basically on the right square. That's the whole way that the game works. So, you know, it doesn't really matter if you're taller than the other guy or not, right? All that really matters is that you're standing on the right square. And if you're on the right square, then he does that as soon as you push A. And if you're not on the right square, he will stop and sort of hold on to the ball. So there were people who were saying before, oh, well, you got to make sure you're running when you're doing this or that. It actually doesn't matter if you're running or not. Unless you're on the right squares, you'll do what that guy just did like that. So, you know, the way to have success in this game is to move yourself over to the square that's intended for the player. It's either on the top or on the bottom, like right here, and then they'll do their thing. And the only way you can figure out where it is through trial and error. Because the manual for this game doesn't give you any of that information. You know, it's kind of like a big screw you, a little bit of the middle finger they're giving to their wonderful customers. The problem is that the vast majority of players that you actually want to play with, like Michael Jordan, who I have right now, his special move's right there. Right, so you have to move it up to that side of the court, right? It's just sort of a really bizarre... Oh, so that's before the shot? You got to be kidding me. It's sort of a really, really bizarre type of logic. Anyway, you can see, once again, as we've been saying in the comments, you can see why when NBA Jam came out, it was like such a breath of fresh air. Because we'd never seen a game like that before, where, you know, you had actual, like, continuous action. You know, and it's incredible that nobody had figured out up to that time how to make, you know, a decent basketball game that could run at a reasonable pace that, you know, could give you good action. Anyway, like I said, we'll play some of the David Robinson faking the three-pointer from, you know, 75 feet away. We'll play a little bit of Tecmo NBA basketball on the Genesis. Oh, so Jordan can do it from there. You just have to go right down a little bit further. Oh, okay, I see how this is. We'll play a little bit of Tecmo, and then I want to do a comparison video between these games to sort of talk about some of these issues. The thing is that these EA games are mostly the same. I think that so there were 3 games EA came out with in 1992, which is ridiculous. Dude, he missed that? David Robinson missed that dunk? This is crazy. The guy is so tall, he could probably just sort of stand there. He doesn't have to do this move. Wow. I mean, I'm beyond words. The reason why I want to do this comparison is because the Tecmo games came out more or less around the same time, and so it's a fairly fair comparison between them. So yeah, nothing I can do about that. And you can look at sort of like some of the good things and some of the bad things. The nice thing about Tecmo is that you can actually play defense. In this game, if there's an effective way to play defense, I certainly have not discovered it yet. And then the problem is, since you're on the wrong square, you can't really do very much about that. So right there, I missed the square, and Jordan, instead of doing an actual move, ends up taking a jump shot. Get your game on, Michael. Come on. There we go. There you go. See? That time we went to the square, and now we're only down by 10. See, we're doing okay. This is very realistic, right? The Dream Team always down by 10 to freaking Canada. Wow. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, there we go. Alright, we better hit some three-pointers. But unfortunately we can't. We are incapable of hitting any shots. Oh, come on. Come on, just give him the ball. Anyway, this is a pretty abstract game. It's abstract in the sense that, like, you have to kind of pretend that you're seeing a lot of stuff happening. So we haven't done a whole lot of this in this channel, but when we start playing, you know, with different like board-based basketball games, you'll see that a lot of them require you to, like, in your mind, like, understand that there are different like passes and stuff going on behind the scenes that you just don't see. In this game, it's more like, you know, guys are actually making moves that you just don't see happening, and you have to kind of believe it. Or like right there, you know, the ball was passed. You have to believe that you could actually see the pass and that it wasn't sort of hidden in the logic of EA Sports. Anyway, I know I'm kind of railing on this game. Yeah, you got to believe there that John Stockton has a really, really poor shooting percentage, right? I know I'm kind of railing on this game, but this really is not a good game. It's not, and every one of these videos is going to have me calling it more and more, you know, the nightmare team and all that stuff, because that's what it really is. I mean, just that alone, the fact that the only way to try for a steal is to, like, run up to the guy and push him is just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. That's the method for stealing the ball. Oh, so he has the ball. I can't tell who has the ball. I'm pushing the pass button because I think I've got it. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. And there's David Robinson again beating everyone down the court for the dunk, the sort of flying type dunk. I'm not sure what to call that. Oh, look at that. There's John Stockton who's guarding the big guy. Wow. And yeah, there's MJ again with another foul. Well, yeah, that shows you MJ, right, must not have been really that good at defense, right? At least he's not when I control him. When I control him, he leaves his feet easily. Oh yeah, you've got your choice there between guys to pass it to. You're going to give it to Stockton? No. You're going to give it to Jordan? No. Who are you going to give it to? You're going to give it to David Robinson on the inbounds pass. Good decision.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, so there you go. This is an excellent game. Like I said, we'll play through this whole thing. We'll go through all of the games. We're probably not going to win this particular one, unless we have some sort of miracle. What was that? What was it? Did you see that? Did you see that David Robinson decided to completely leave his defensive assignment for no reason? I guess I should be shooting with Bird, but he can't make a three-pointer, right? We know that Larry Bird was an awful three-point shooter, right? See, even right there, they're just problems, right? Because like the game has it set up so that, you know, like the rebound is coming not to the guy who's right under the basket where the ball is, but it goes to like a guy who's slightly to the side. Anyway, it's weird. It's just weird. So you can see the reason why, like the first time I played this game, in this series of games, I was thinking, what is this? Again, though, it's not the worst that I've played. It's not as bad as the worst of the NES games. I've done some longer videos on those, but we really should do some of these sort of gameplay videos to really show you what it's like. Because when you start playing like Ultimate Basketball, it's bad. It is bad. It makes this game look pretty good. But the thing is that this game, in its kind of, you know, craptacular, you know, tradition, has a lot in common with those games. There's a lot of this feeling that like there's nothing you can do, right? You can't really influence the outcome. You have foul calls that are just inherently basically unfair, right? Where you're like, well, what am I going to do? I'm behind by, you know, 16 points now. I got to do something, right? But nope, you're not allowed to do whatever it is we were doing. You keep passing it into David Robinson because he's going to be taking it up the court. Get it over to the big man. Okay, get it to him instead. Whatever. I mean, what kind of offense is this? And we missed a dunk again. And so he tries again for it. Well, what kind of offense is this? Seriously, we have like, you know, 4 guys standing in basically the same place. There's no space at all. And why is it that when they come down on offense, they get all sorts of space and we don't get anything? Oh yeah, this is going to be good. Shoot it. Wembanyama, baby. Oh yeah, we got the final basket right before the whistle, so we lose 65-50. Maybe that's the way it should have gone in real life, though, if it wasn't for all of the injuries and stuff. So Robinson gets 18 points. He missed that key three-pointer at the very end of the game, so I don't know if I can give him the player of the game. He got 6 rebounds, and Pippen got the three-pointer. We have a 40% team shooting percentage. They were still 73% at the end of this game, with a bunch of players I honestly have never heard of. And so next we go to play Croatia. And I don't know what it is I'm supposed to do here. Like, it shows me the game stats, I guess, but this is the same screen where I can, like, swap players in and out. I mean, like I said, I mean, this game is just really, really sloppily made. So, anyway, there you go. That's a little bit more of sort of the, I don't know, we can call it, like, the Slop team or something like that, you know. I don't know. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad, I'll put it that way. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. I'm not sure how much I did, but I'm going to put myself through it again just for you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.